Oh, okay. And we are back for the final video, yes?
I believe so, yeah. This is the final stage for Godzilla Monster of Monsters.
Yes, because...
kind of excited.
Yeah, it's been a long time for this, too, and this is officially the first video of 2019. The last video we recorded months ago.
Oh, wait.
But, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know. We could be using that as a monitor.
But at the same time, yeah, it's been a long year. Very, very long year. Oh, Jesus.
I think this is going to screw anything up.
What?
You know what?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I screwed something up. Hold on a second.
I was just making sure I can move.
Oh my god! No, I screwed up again. Hold on.
Oh.
Just hold the fuck on.
Stop breaking it. Funny how it does that.
Yeah, we're going back. No,
Okay.
wait, fix itself.
Did it?
Yeah.
Kind
So,
of.
what the fuck? So we had some technical difficulties, but we
Yeah.
fixed it.
What the hell? I could just move, and now I can't move.
You're in starting position.
Yeah, but no, I tried to move, and it wouldn't let me move. Oh well, fuck it. Shit. I remember how to fucking... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't played this in a while. Still painfully slow, as you can see. Yeah, too much going on. It's... I think this is Planet X, isn't it? Pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
because
Planet X.
big fucking spear and...
We did Pluto, then the Neptune.
Yeah, the Neptune. That was just hilarious that...
The year they made this game, the planets were out of sync or something.
Yeah, the equinox. Who knows? Oh, shit. Goddamn fireballs.
The equinox! I need my meat slushy. What was it? Yeah, it's been a while since I watched that.
The meat shake or something.
Yeah, meat shake.
Yeah, some shit. Yeah, it was like there was like slabs of meat coming out of the processor and shit, and it was like, oh my god. And, damn it. Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, to say the least, well, this is not just the first video of 2019. I think I haven't played this in fuck at least 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just yeah. The shit got away from us, and as we explained in our previous video, our local cable provider is a piece of shit. And so, along with that, and the fact that, you know, things didn't get better,
Yeah.
that's why there's such a lull here for the fucking video. But we will get through this together.
Yeah. I before Bright House became Spectrum, we had Bright House, and that kind of ended when like they kept wanting to overcharge us for stuff, and we decided to get rid of them. Then we had to pay this fee. I think I explained it in the last video, but
It's like a disconnection fee or some bullshit.
So to make a long story short, they still claimed that we had to pay this fee. So we worked something out with them. Oh, now that they're Spectrum, we worked something out with them, and we have their service yet again.
Because all the old rules kind of died with the old company, so...
Yeah.
And they are a different company. For all intents and purposes, they are a different company.
And, you know, for the record, I enjoyed having DirecTV. That was very nice.
It's not bad.
Just, there was no lines running out for internet or landline for phone.
That's the one area I think they're behind everybody else is...
Yeah.
You know, they offer this, like, plethora of programming, but at the same time, like you said, they don't have any, serviceable internet provider, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Unless they do something on their own, but God, I have forgotten how painfully slow this game is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. This is just, God, man, they're throwing these fucking fireballs at me now like it's no tomorrow. God damn it.
Yeah, this game is not easy.
Oh, no. I mean, seriously, if you were to try to play this on the original Nintendo and get to this point, you damn near burn the system out.
Yeah.
Because, I don't care if you do a speed run or anything, this game just takes fucking forever to play sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
So usually with Godzilla, Mothra's not bad because you can just traverse through with her, but, yeah, Godzilla is what slows this game down. I mean, the game's limited. I mean, look how much they're throwing into the screen here. You got exterior ships up front, all the fucking, all this is taking a lot of memory. And given the limitations of the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder. Yeah. I've actually had it freeze on me sometimes. Because there was so much shit going on the screen. The game just literally froze, and I'd be like on the 7th stage or something. I'd be like, son of a bitch, and,
yeah.
So, yeah, trust me, this game is... Yeah, this game's... It seems like it's just running on pure will at some points. Ooh, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what to play next.
Yeah, that's the great mystery here.
Hell, I just might make you watch me play something next time. I have been...
Yeah, because I have been making you sit here and laboriously trudge through this.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
People just watching this might not be as enjoyable as actually sitting here having this conversation and watching you play this game, because it's been forever since I've sat down with a Nintendo, and since I started playing Nintendo again, like I remember how much it brought back childhood memories of growing up with my brothers, and we had an Atari in the house, a Nintendo, and I don't know if anybody knows what I mean when I say this, but it's a Texas Instrument video game system. It was a keyboard, and you had the cartridge, and it kind of looked like an Atari cartridge, but you laid it down on this dock, you slid it up into the console, the keyboard console. And you had to use the keys just like a keyboard. When you play like ROMs and stuff, there's certain keys mapped out. There were certain keys mapped out on the keyboard for those games. Sometimes you had to spell things, sometimes you had to find the arrow keys to make it move, and they were never next to each other.
That was the interesting thing about a lot of those early, like, quote-unquote consoles before Atari and everything, because... those systems did require a certain knowledge of computers and just programming in general, and there was a fraction of people in the world that understood a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, oh, you bitch, get away from me. God. No!
Oh, hey, here's a good subject. I'm thinking about either adding to this channel or making another channel for brewing beer.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I actually didn't think about that. I mean, like, I know we were just doing it for shits and giggles, but...
Yeah.
Well, you are. I'm helping, but not much.
Yeah. You haven't helped yet. I can't wait to teach you.
Just...
But, I mean, to me, brewing beer is it's a very zen-like experience. There's something about the smell of the grains when you're cooking them. I don't know. I can't really explain it. And then when you start adding hops, the whole aroma changes in the house.
Huh.
I can't explain it. It's fucking magic. It really is.
Well, it's the same process of, like growing vegetables or something, because you gotta take the time to give them the attention. Oh, there you go. That was one of those rare ones where the fireball goes down and it just disappears.
Yeah. That was weird. The plane kept coming back.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you actually sit there, it'll just keep fucking coming at you. There's another one. But yeah, it's the same process of, like, growing something or But, you know, growing grapes for wine, I mean, you know, there's an involved process.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, it's everything from the experience and, you know, watching it from day one, growing or fermenting or whatever, and then literally smelling the fruits of your labor, you know.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to give away any of my recipes, but the process itself is something I can explain, you know. And by recipes, I don't mean just the hops. When I started, I got a kit, and you know, I had to read through it several times before I started the process to make sure I had it right in my mind of all the steps.
Oh, come on,
and then
fucking funny.
As I'm doing, I'm constantly reading it, and now I got it in my head exactly what I want to do. So as I'm learning, I'm also learning that it's more than just buying grains and hops and brewing. You have to buy like the right malts and the right grains and make your mixture. You need, that's part most of the recipe is your grain build.
Yeah.
And that's like the body of the beer. You want it to taste good. And then the hops are just like the bitter or the aroma.
That's hilarious.
Spice,
I always love it when they do that. It's their turn and they move a character that's landlocked.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, you know? Now, this stage could get tricky. Not to interrupt what you were saying, but this stage is tricky because it will try to kill Godzilla at like the earliest opportunity.
Yeah.
As you can see, there was like shitload of those fireballs. I mean, I don't really have like a strategy for this. Just, you know, trudge through, literally. God damn it. But that, you know, that's the problem. I would say the only thing, I probably said this 100 times in the other videos, but those little coin things, always try to have one around so you can just kind of jump into it.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, these are trailing a little, but... But yeah, that's the real problem, is you just gotta...
I just noticed the Death Stars in the background.
Yeah, I know, right? He's coming down to blow up Jeddah. Yeah, that was the planet it blew up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that old... what was that supposed to be? Like the first... the home of the Jedi or some shit, or the first temple, or... I forget the fucking lore. God damn it.
Yeah, it was the...
What the fuck?
It was where the original Jedi temple was placed.
I think we've hit our first glitch. I can't get past this goddamn out. What? That is fucking weird.
That is fucking weird.
What? Yeah, no, this isn't good. Like... Okay, and what's even weirder is the
Try
bottom...
backing up.
The bottom part disappeared after I hit it and jumped. Yeah, what the shit? Yeah, no, this is...
Maybe
shitty.
you have to destroy that thing in the sky.
No, you should be able to just to fucking hack through this. I don't understand it. And then furthermore, why did the bottom one disappear? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Dude, this is weak. Beyond weak. Yeah, no, that's not right. That should have, like, definitely destroyed it. Point blank rage, are you serious? Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words here, because it's not wanting to fucking let me go through.
That's weird. I suppose we could start over.
Yeah, we're gonna have to if it doesn't... to tell you the truth, I don't think I've ever experienced this glitch in the game.
Okay, well...
Yeah, that's fucking yay. Damn it.
It's a good thing that it's a good thing that when we put this through the computer, we can actually use the program to save states.
Yeah.
So it's an easy fix, except that now you're having to start over.
Yeah.
So the video's going to be that much more longer, and that's it. So I'm not cutting out that first stuff.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see if it's gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you chose a different place for Godzilla to go, so hopefully that you could get through.
I think this is the same. Well, not this, but like the next stage is the same. Okay, you know what? I'm tired of this nonsense. Forgot I actually have like enough breath I can just like start pounding. Oh, okay, now it gives me the fireball. That figures.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah. As I was saying, the most of your recipe is your grains. You need the right mixture of grains, and then from there you just need your spices like you would make any other dish you're cooking.
Yeah.
So like.
Okay. Pass that one at least. Damn it.
I can't wait to taste this. I made it an American pale ale, and I used for 1 pound batch I used 2 pounds of brace malt. It's like 1.8 level bond for the coloring, and crystal caramel malt, 20 level bond. I was supposed to use 40 level bond,
God
but
just throw it at the end there, you know.
yeah. And I
Okay. So
for the hops I used Columbus, Cascade, and Citra, but I had my own little mixture. Of course, I used a Columbus as the starting 60-minute boil, but the rest I had my own little thing every 15 minutes.
Pretty involved process too. I mean, it isn't like it's.
But it's so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's simple in terms of what you're doing, but.
Yeah. Like, I watch videos of everybody else brewing, and everyone's using all this new equipment, like pumps and shit, and yeah, sure, it works, and I'm sure it makes it so much easier when you're going bigger batches, but man, I don't know, to me, that takes away from, it takes away from the whole brewing side, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure, like,
God damn it.
I'm sure I could brew my own coffee by pouring boiling water over something really slowly to brew it into a pot, and it would probably taste better than actually using the coffee machine itself.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's just it. There's processes, but you know, I mean, I don't know. I guess quality wise, I don't know if it'd be like any much better. Damn it! God fucking.
Well, I mean, there's things that my dad taught me when you're cooking, and like for instance, sometimes cooking things slower is better than cooking it faster. Like if you're making soup, you're better off letting it simmer on a low heat all day after you you finalize it. Like you cook it, you make it to where it's actually edible, but you let it simmer for like hours. And that's like the secret of making a soup taste so good, is actually letting it sit on the stove at a low temperature for a really long time.
Just let it soak in everything.
Yeah. There's just something about it. And then, like, if you're making, like, chili or something, For some
Oh
weird
yeah,
reason,
chili especially. You gotta let that shit soak for.
Yeah, like
hours.
if you let it cook almost all day, and you cool it down and reheat it, my God, it's amazing. There's something like when you cool it down, it does something to it, and you reheat it, and it brings out the flavor of everything again. I don't know what it is, man, but I'm telling you, the secret of good chili is cooking it for a long time and then chilling it before reheating and serving, because it does something to it. I don't know what it is.
It's the magic hour or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, either we're gonna start another channel or just add to this one.
We could add to this one. It's just. It's unfortunate too, because most games have been done. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying this just because, you know, I religiously played this as a child. Yeah, this game's.
I'm gonna sneeze again. Hold on. a
Uh-oh.
second. No, actually, I'm good. I had to mute the mic and sneeze.
Hey, come back at you. But but yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, this is just one of the things from my childhood that was like the game I played
Yeah.
religiously because, yeah, and just being a Godzilla fan, I mean, you had to play this. You know, the ironic thing is other channels have actually said, I mean, I don't know, they said, like, this is the best Godzilla game, but compared to the other Godzilla games that came out until they started doing the fight ones,
Yeah.
this one's actually better than those, which says a lot because, you know, not only the time period, but for the fact that this, I do believe this is the first Godzilla game, right?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't know.
if there is another one before this, I seriously doubt it. But you know, like that's the thing. You know, this was kind of back in the day when, because I don't know if you heard, I was telling you about like how all the major game companies lately they've been having trouble because they're basically not listening to the gamers anymore. They're acting like, oh, you know, we're this company now, and we have this prestige, and they're looking at profits
Yeah.
instead of actually listening to what the gamers want. And that's what I've been hearing because the best I have is a 360. I haven't played any of the new stuff. You know, I'm sure the games are good. It's just, you know, sales don't lie, and then for the fact that, you know, they're ousting some of the people in these industries that have been there for years. I mean, they made those companies. And, I don't know, it's just disheartening. I'm not saying, like, the golden age of games is gone, but just things aren't the way they used to be. So, you know, there's a lot of time and effort put into a game like this. I mean, granted, you know, there was all those Nintendo stinkers and stuff, but, I would say this is on the higher end of the Nintendo games, but it's definitely not one of the worst Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, they've got Godzilla up. Yeah, sure, why not? It's almost like a Resident Evil thing. It's like, will you fight the enemy? You know.
Yeah.
That's where that shit started. Yeah, and this final stage is basically a mixture of everything you've fought up until this point. This is obviously from the Mars. And then, you know, I've already played mountain stages from, like, you know, 2 stages ago, I mean. I hate these fucking goddamn things. You know, a lot of this game is just like knowing where to hit shit. Because you could sit here all day and like, oh, here we go. Keep forgetting I have fire. You know? Yeah, that may look easy, but it isn't, because when the game's slowing down, you have like no time to react.
Yeah.
Essentially. Oh, that was a nice one.
Yeah.
2 birds, 2 phoenixes, and the fucking dragon. Oh god, this is one of the long ones. Yeah. That's where they start putting in the, basically, this last stage, they put in the longest versions of every fucking stage that you've played up to this point. God damn it. Come on. Yay! Sometimes it'll fuck you there and it'll put a fireball right at the end. You won't even see it come off the side of the screen. God damn you, Godzilla. Octopus bastard. Come on. Fuck you, back up.
Seems to be running better now than it was in the past. Which is strange.
Well, this game always was pretty glitchy.
Yeah.
God damn it, get off me.
Maybe this is just the higher difficulty at the last stages. It's actually going at the speed it's supposed to.
Oh, come on, that should have killed her. Oh, that's bullshit. Come on, come on. God damn it, god damn it. Oh, you bastard. Yeah!
Yeah.
Because usually she'll, I don't know if it's a he or she, but I just call it a she. Because Zora sounds like a female name.
Yeah.
You know. I'd actually like to know where it was derived from, to tell you the truth. But that's what she'll do. She'll pin you in that corner. She'll just be like, you know.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I might as well go and move Godzilla up. See, this is how you want to do it. You want to have them come up one by one, and then don't let them get around you, essentially.
Yeah.
Because if they get around you and they start teaming up on Godzilla, and then that'll be the end of the day. Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That ship going by. If you have those little orbs on your side, it deflects the enemy weapon stuff. Totally forgot about that, but damn.
Oh, I gotta mute the mic.
Damn it.
It gets stuck in your head after a while.
Yeah, it does. I find it hilarious that that's they couldn't come up with one more song. They just used the title screen song essentially. I don't know. Maybe that was planned all along, but oh come on, you get robbed like that. I think it's gonna do the chain shit and.
You know, if we do brewing videos, we will be showing our faces on this channel.
Oh my god.
I didn't think about that.
Can I wear a mask?
I was gonna say, you brew with masks on.
Yeah.
Be like the people on Viceland when they're talking about drug dealers and people that make certain things.
You know, or like on those shows where like they have some guy who like left a gang, and like they have his face all darkened out, and you know, he's talking like this, you know. Has some like voice modulator. Oh fuck you, Mongora. Bitch, I got fire too. But you won't get the fuck away from me and have me let me use it. See, if he's further back, I would do more damage. He's a fucking pushover. I hate him. Die, you bastard. Tail whip.
Ooh. That was closer to being done with this game.
Yes, indeed.
Except for all that shit.
Dude, I swear to God, I don't understand why the computer does that. It always picks and tries to move a landlocked character. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, why?
Well, I think it has to... I think it's going along the whole turn-based rule thing.
Yeah, it's a random rotation of... Yeah.
The computer is making you work towards them, and they only sent a few people out.
Yeah, they sent the lowest level monsters, Godzilla and Mongura.
Yeah, now you're not going to have a chance in hell to recover.
Yeah, that's... See, that, I hate to say it, I might actually have to sit and see what they do, because this last stage is a little more strategy than brute strength.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's like, oh, come on, you can come over here and just beat the shit out of them. It's like, no, you get too close, and you don't have enough time to recover.
Yeah.
You get fucked. So, yeah, especially these hard fucking fireballs, which can fuck your day up real quick.
Yeah.
That's happened to me, too, sometimes. Although, there's been times, and I don't recall if we did it with a video yet, but I think there was some stages where I lost Godzilla, and I still beat it with Mothra. It's doable. It's hard, but it's doable. But usually you need Godzilla there just to have that brute strength to push shit back. As you see, I dispatched the two first monsters with fair ease,
Yeah.
A fairly easeable type of way. What the fuck am I saying?
I don't know, you're just repeating yourself.
What's going on?
Shut up!
Right?
God damn it!
It was easy. We get it. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, god damn, man. This game's like... I remember it being slow. My god. It has been a while. Yeah, I've probably said it 1,000 times before, but yeah, this game is running on, like, the max memory that the fucking Nintendo could muster, Yeah. I'm not even kidding, because, I mean... I've seen games run with probably just as much, if not more, like shit going on, but for a Nintendo game, there's a lot going on here. And you get to areas like this, and shit runs fine. It's just, my god, it just takes forever. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Fucking wall.
So what do you think we should do next as far as brewing? Should I stick with some of the ones that I've been doing, or should we try something new?
Well,
it'd be nice to find a good porter recipe.
That, and we were speaking of a lager.
That's gonna take some time for me to fully understand exactly what I have to do, because I need to I have to learn the whole process of I have to add to the batch. So not only am I going to need a 3-gallon container, I would basically make a 2-gallon batch and then a 1-gallon batch to add to that, and I have to keep it cold and monitor the temperature through the lagering process.
Oh, damn it.
So it's going to be different from an ale. Ales you can ferment at room temperature, and it's fine. Hell, you can technically drink them at room temperature and they'll be fine. But lagers, that's
another level.
Yeah. I gotta make sure. I'll need my own refrigerator. In other words, it never opens and stays at a good, a straight.
You need like a freezer or something.
No, that's too cold.
Oh,
it has to be a certain temperature, and it can't deviate from that temperature until it's done.
Well, like a keg fridge or something, or
yeah, like a little mini fridge, and I just need to
okay.
set it to a certain temperature.
That was funny. I thought I was gonna jump, so it shot a laser straight up.
So needless to say, lagers are going to be the last thing we learn to make. But you like black and tan, and that's a porter. Mm-hmm. So if we find a good porter recipe, we're in business. See, I found the recipe for the chocolate maple porter. I thought that sounded good.
Wow. Remarkably easy. I was going to say, that was the first time he extended his fucking arms.
Yeah.
Took out 5 bars before he did anything. It's still doing that jump shit. I don't understand what that is. Now, it's done that on the Nintendo. That's the game. It isn't anything with your stuff, you know. It's that the game does that. So it's just kind of a. God, I forgot those are like. It's funny if you just actually like let it sit there. Look, it jumps no matter what you're doing. It's like
you said, this game is glitchy.
Yeah.
Didn't the Angry Video Game Nerd do an episode on this?
Oh yeah, he did.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch his episode.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. I think I was actually I was actually quoting him. I think he wasn't saying the game was great or better, but like compared to like the Godzillas that came after it on like Super Nintendo and stuff until they got to the
No, it was the Godzilla on Super Famicom.
Oh yeah.
Best. I think that's what he said, because the ones on Super Nintendo weren't that great, but the ones that came out in Japan were better.
Because they were nowhere close. Well, they weren't like this one.
Yeah.
They kept trying to do like something new, and you know, to some extent, this worked the best for the time. It was a side scroll. You know, what was this the equivalent of? This is basically, what's that game you have for Super? Oh, Phalanx.
Yeah.
This is basically Godzilla Phalanx.
Yeah.
Because instead of a ship, Phalanx is a lot more detailed. Yeah,
that game is.
Yeah, that game is ridiculous. Yeah, like
I can never get past the third stage.
Yeah, I could barely get to the second one.
Yeah, you're telling me.
And you know,
It's a miracle to get to the third stage, and then you get halfway through it and you just die. You're like, God damn it, man.
That's what I mean. Like that was Phalanx was like the side scroller of like 1942.
Yeah.
You know, the airplane game, you're overhead.
Oh,
I played that a lot, and I was actually pretty damn good at that.
Oh man, we need to have competitions on who can get the highest score on 1942.
Yeah,
I had that game.
That game isn't easy either.
No.
Yeah, it's really jumping. See that? It was like.
Yeah.
Oh, you smog whore.
Part of me wants to actually take some of the Angry Video Game Nerds videos and take it as a challenge to see how far we could get through some of these terrible games.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do that just because.
Yeah. Because, well, to be fair, not all those games are terrible, but let's also be fair, a lot of the videos he makes are true. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure that he's not going to make fun of everything just because it's mainly a skit, is what I see.
Well, I just love it because he points out, you know, a lot of things that I noticed because, like, you know, I was that age back in the day, looking at them on the fucking rack at the local video store.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, well, it's based off the movie, but. You know, and I just had innate skepticism about certain games because I was like, well, you know, I didn't really hear anything great about this. You know, I didn't have, like, Nintendo Power or anything, but, like, I just looked at the game and then, you know, and I would just, you know what it boiled down to sometimes was I saw what other people were renting.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, gee, that must be a decent game if, like, it's gone every fucking week. I try to go there. So, like, that's where you had to go to the video store at, like on a Wednesday or something.
No, it was a really good game when they had multiple copies of it.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that dictated...
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that dictated a lot of your choice. But even if they didn't have multiple copies, it was usually the game that was rented every fucking weekend.
Yeah.
You know, and then, like, you know, you kind of got... You kind of got a feel for what games were, you know, decent.
Yeah.
Decent. Well, for those of you who watch Trailer Park Boys, yeah, that's oh my god. I tell you what, for a show that just came out of nothing from, well, it was basically like a YouTube short, you know?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, kudos to those guys, because... Yeah, that's unreal, especially in this day and age, that you could get a show to go as far as they have and be as successful.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is they just, you know, I mean, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but, like, Trailer Park Boys just kind of resonates with the everyday person. It just makes people, like, say, hey, yeah, I've been in that situation, or I've had to deal with somebody of that fucking magnitude of idiocracy, you know?
Yeah.
So, damn it. These fucking eye lasers. But yeah, it's just, yeah, that show's just fucking hilarious. Really is.